Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news, reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit educational or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Viewer discretion is advised.
Now to the wildfire emergency in Israel. Firefighters are battling what officials say are likely the largest fires in the nation's history. Our foreign correspondent, Tom Sufi-Burge, is on the scene for us. Good morning, Tom.
Good morning, Michael. Yeah, these now blackened and charred hillsides are actually still smouldering over in the distance there. The flames torching around 5,000 acres of land here just west of Jerusalem. And we've been watching in the last few moments as planes have been circling overhead, dumping fire retardant onto these hills. The flames raging out of control Wednesday. People abandoning their vehicles on a major highway as fire crews race to contain the blaze. Israel's Air Force with this impressive view from above as they drop blocks of fire retardant. The winds yesterday hitting 50 miles an hour. With the flames spreading so quickly, some 10,000 people were told to leave their homes. The good news, guys, this morning is that temperatures are down significantly, as are those winds. And it now looks like fire crews broadly have the fire under control. The cause, Robin, is being investigated.
But it's encouraging that it looks like they do have it under control, as you said right now, Tom. Thank you.
Shalom, beloved brothers and sisters, Jews and Gentiles alike. Welcome. Thank you for being here. It is good to be here. All praises to the Most High. Great glory to the Mighty One. Yes, indeed. Yes, yes, yes. This is in Jerusalem over there in Ashland. I'm not quite sure why they call this name Jerusalem, because it's not the true Jerusalem. Of course, we don't need to debunk. When you debunk something, that means something fake was there, and then you can compare it with the authentic. There's nothing authentic about those people over there. So everything that they said concerning their land or whatever, it's all a lie. They are not the true and the original people. Now you got Palestine, you got the Jerusalem over there burning to the ground. And there's nothing those people can do about it. Okay? And again, this is what will happen, all right? They will claim victory. Once this fire, there's nothing to burn again, and then they will claim victory. All right? They'll claim like, hey, we beat this fire. This fire thought, it could have destroyed the city. With our technology, we beat it. Well, they can't. And they won't. So what seems to be the issue here, beloved, before we go into all those videos? What seems to be the problem? Why is it like every single freaking time when you turn on the news, or you're not even turn on the news, you're just on your phone searching for something, or you just turn on the TV and try to watch a movie or some TV show or whatever, and it is always something unsettling. The wall is going down the tube. Well, actually, the wall is already down there in the septic tank. For years, we've been warning the people, before we go into this, to my people out there, to the chosen one, to the one that are sealed. You have nothing to worry about. There will be no war upon you. There will be no famine in the midst of you. There will be no starvation in your camp. Well, not those camp brethren or whatever, but there'll be none of that in your midst. You will not go hungry. You will not go afraid. You will not be afraid. You are not afraid. Be still. Be calm. This isn't something that just happened because, the elite is doing this. Oh, you mean to tell me the elite are burning down the people that they told you that were the people? You mean all those horrible and terrible weathers we are having from the United States, so to speak? It's the elite trying to control the weather to destroy. They could have easily controlled the weather and then make it rain and put this thing down. No, they have those helicopters that you are seeing here, putting this thing down. Now, then again, they don't show you. They just show you this thing.
They've been circling
airplane and stuff like that, but they don't show you the
Thank
actual
you.
the people trying to flee and things like that. I'm not quite sure who this is, but let me check them. So they are more likely to show you there are some TikTok videos. TikTok, there's a lot of things.
Israel's Memorial Day for Fallen Soldiers, and it has rapidly spread across the hilly terrain outside the capital. Dramatic videos
There you
posted
go.
on social media show flames burning dangerously
Okay, those people are trying to flee. They're trying to get out. They're trying to run. And the issue is there is nowhere to run. There is nowhere to hide. You won't be able to fight this. You cannot shoot this fire, man. Okay, you cannot intimidate this fire. You cannot censor this fire because you guys are very good at doing things like that. Intimidate it, blow up, bombing, and censor people. Okay, when somebody says something you don't like, something that is not abide with your fake rules and policy, you censor them. You can't censor that. What's up with the Holy Land over there? You see, the camps are very quiet. They won't say anything because they already told our people, the America are going to be destroyed, and then we're going to get into the chariot, and then they're gonna drop us over there in Israel, and then we're going to rule that desert land, and and stuff like that. They are very quiet. They are waiting on the 7 year tribulation. They are waiting on the Antichrist or Antichrist. You people were and still are the so called the Antichrist or the Antichrist. You are the people that came in upon our land in 1492 on the fourth part here. You invade World War One. We talked about this ages ago. You destroy our people, and all your wars, like World War Two, and then some of the footage that you people are showing. We already told you all those footage are AI generated even before. The so-called AI is not you guys' technology. This is a technology that is foreign to you people. You had the opportunity to have your hands upon it, okay? So you have the opportunity to learn a few things concerning so-called AI technology, but it doesn't belong to you. You don't know how it works. You use it to as an illusion. You use the AI technology back then in the 50s and 40s to generate some footage as if that you were fighting an enemy. Watch all those real footage of war. You will never see which enemy they are fighting. What are you guys all fighting? Which one? The German? You guys cool with Germany? Or we were fighting the Russian? You guys cool with the Russian? We were fighting the Italian fascists. You guys cool with Italy? What the hell happened? The only people you're not cool with is our people. Have you noticed that all those wars, all those villains like the so-called the Nazi Germany, the fascist Italy, the Russian, and all those people, that's what they said you were fighting during World War One and World War Two, and for some reason now they got great relationship. You guys are not warring and do anything. You guys got great relationship with each other. What happened? Well, because you guys weren't fighting them. This is your narrative. This is your lies. You are destroying and fighting our people. You are destroying our buildings, things you could not explain. That's why there's a huge part in Russia they call the Siberia and tell you there's nothing there. When in fact there's cities. There are plenty things over there. Okay? And then again, you folks are confined to this small part of the earth. That's why you're confined. That's why your blessing is. We can go all over the earth. The earth is much more bigger than this. Okay, there are much more other places. But nonetheless, why are you seeing this? Why is it that Sir T.D. Jakes out there don't go and then say, okay, explain something for the Holy Land yet, but what you're seeing is those people catching hell. What you're seeing is Mr. T.D. Jakes. T.D. Jakes step down. Okay? 4 days ago, all right, T.D. Jakes stepped down. Okay? Now, all you have is all those beat down dudes and those good for nothing Negroes. Those Negroes are there to the Blassos. Blassos are here, trying to make this thing. Let me play the clip.
Developing story that we're following now. Bishop T.D. Jakes, the leader of Dallas megachurch, the Potter's House, announced today that he will be stepping down. Jakes is a world-renowned pastor. Remember, he suffered a heart attack in front of his congregation last November. Well, this morning, Jakes said that his daughter and son-in-law will now take the lead. Fox 4 Stephen Dial is in studio tonight with more. Stephen, welcome.
This was a shock to many in the religious community. Bishop T.D. Jakes has been a spiritual advisor to presidents and a religious voice to thousands. Now he says it's time to pass the baton to a new generation.
This is a beautiful moment for me.
From the pulpit Sunday, Bishop T.D. Jakes announced that he was stepping down from leadership at the Potter's House, the Dallas megachurch he founded in 1996 and has led ever since.
I cannot afford, especially after November, to risk something happening to me.
When times are hard, when you put those guys under real stress, when you put them right in the midst of the battle, they break down. This guy stepped down at the moment the Christian church want him the most. At the moment you want guys like T.D. Jakes and the other guy, Perry Stone and all the other big shots. You want them there to explain to you why there's a fire in the Holy Land, why the fire in Palisades happened, why the fire in New Jersey happened, why the storms are all over, why everybody lost hope, why the tariff, why Trump is doing this. This is not going in a good direction. They all step down. This is the true characters of those men. They are only in it when the fight is good. When they are winning, when everything is easy, cool, breezy, with Yeezy and Jeezy and Wheezy and all that thing, they are good. But the moment you put those folks under real stress, they step down. And I don't know why. I thought he stepped down before. I don't know what you people are doing. Step up or step down or some kind of step dance. Is that what that is? You folks, you don't confuse Big Levi. But it seems like this dude did this a year ago. He stepped down. His daughter was going to be this. All the timeline is playing with me. Anybody remember a few years ago, a year ago, where T.D. Jakes said he stepped down? His daughter was going to take care of it, which she did. And then now there's another news that he made it official. I don't know. He stepped down. I don't know what the hell is going on. But nonetheless, those guys were supposed to be the one that go out there and explain things to people. They're supposed to be the light of the world. They're supposed to be the beacon that is shining on top of the mountain and say, hey, come here. We will teach you. We will guide you. But the so-called pastors, they are nowhere to found. They are still waiting on the rapture, which is not going to happen and never going to happen. They are waiting on the Antichrist. You are the Antichrist, Mr. T.D. Jakes. You, the Pope, and all those people that allied themselves to the other side when you came here in 1492 in the Holy Land over there in Haiti, you destroy our people. You take over all the technologies that we had. You take over our colonies. You went to our brothers over here and over there in the United States. You did the same thing to them because you know why? Haiti, what you're calling Haiti, is a gate. Haiti is another word, the pearly gate. If the gate didn't open for you, you can't get in here. And the gate is closed. You guys cannot get in. That's why everything is shut down around the world. Tariff. They try to say it's the tariff, but no. Your blessing is done. Okay? All right? So that's what's going on now. Why there is no guys like T.D. Jakes trying to explain this fire? You know, the Christian church supposed to blow up online. People trying to explain the fire, what had happened. Oh, well, yeah, it was an arsonist and things like that. Yeah, whatever you say, man. Okay. All right, we're gonna take a little. Let's finish with this fellow right here.
And you be sheep without a shepherd.
This is video from the service Jakes is referencing in November. It wasn't until.
And again, you can see what they are doing. Look at the they try to spread the people around the church to make it seem that they are full, but there's nobody over there. Okay, for all we know, this could be AI generated. The seats are empty. They just gathered the people a little bit here and try to make this look huge, but it isn't.
Until months after his medical incident that he confirmed to the public he had a heart attack. Now, 5 months later, he told his congregation he had been preparing his daughter, Pastor Sarah.
So this is the next blassos that they will put to, well, I don't know, directed or the guided the flag or whatever. And when you look at those people's faces, you see defeat. You guys took the bag. You signed a deal. You signed a deal to a loan you cannot pay back. It's the moment you took this bag, there is no give it back. There is no I'm sorry. I thought that was I made a mistake. There is no mistake. There is no take back in the Holy One's country. This is what you guys paid for, and this is what you're enjoying.
Jakes Roberts and his son-in-law, Pastor Torrey Roberts, to take the lead.
I talked to the board because I was concerned. I have seen too many men build something and stay so long that they kill what they build.
His daughter and son-in-law moved to Dallas during the pandemic and have increased their roles in the church operations over the years.
Okay, so those are the people that are arguing with you in the comment board. Those are the type of people that are in your TikTok video arguing with you, trying to waste your time, trying to tell you that Jesus is king and then he's going to coming back. What the hell is behind those people? What is this thing? Huh? I just noticed that. It seems there's a figure right here. This is like a head and then a arm. This thing look like the Thing movie poster. Is that what that is, or I'm making this up? Let me see. The Thing movie poster. There you go. Really? Okay. All right. Okay, this one. Let's take this one right here. I cannot zoom into it. You see how the Thing, if you watch the movie, the Thing, it just look like this, and when you look at whatever image they have down there, it look like this hand. I don't know. Maybe I'm making this up. See, the head is like the light thing, and then there is like this arm right here. That's like I would say the left arm, and then the right arm is behind him. This is a weird figure behind him. Again, this is like I'm making this up, but it looked like the Thing, the from the movie The Thing. For those of you who may not know, let's see if YouTube going to give us a little chance to play a scene from The Thing. Let me see. We'll go to the earthquake here. The Thing, finding out who is the monster. Okay, not dating, but The Thing. Okay, that's the blood test. You know what? Let's just put it here. All right, there is this movie, The Thing. Okay, I want like a short video. You know what? Let's play this one.
You tie a palmer over here. We're gonna draw a little bit of everybody's blood. We're gonna find out who's the Thing.
Gonna find out who's the Thing.
Watching Norris in there gave me the idea that maybe every part of him was a whole. Every little piece was an individual animal with a built-in desire to protect its own life. You see, when a man bleeds, it's just tissue. But blood from one of you things won't obey when it's attacked. It'll try and survive. Crawl away from a hot needle, say. Now you. That's good. All right, move back. Over there. I guess you're okay. All right. Put that on and watch them.
Again, this is symbolic right here. They have to filter out who's the thing, who's the parasite, who's the alien in there. Again, we saw the thing behind these people right here. Okay, who's the parasite? You know, you people are not real. And there you go. Tested the blood. Who can handle the heat? Windows is good. It's good. The guy is good.
Now I'll show you what I already know.
This is him. This is Mac.
It's a crock of shit.
Let's try the Doc and Clark.
Make sure those two dudes. Copper was real. Okay.
Now Clark.
Another one. They are seeking. Those are the chosen, so to speak. Those are real people, real human. But one of you, mother lover in the midst, is a goddamn parasite. You are the thing, and we're filtering you out.
And Clark was human, huh?
Which makes
you a murderer, don't it?
Palmer now.
This is pure nonsense. Doesn't prove a thing.
I thought you'd feel that way, Gary. You were the only one that could have got to that blood. We'll do you last. Get away from me! Retreating! What is it?
He was the thing. All right, so Palmer was the
And Clark was human, huh? Which makes you a murderer, don't it?
Palmer now.
Palmer was the thing. He wasn't real. He was just a parasite that came in and looked like he's human and stand there pretending he's one of the people. Just like you people coming in the midst, you pretend to be one of us. You pretend because you're black, okay? You got melanin because some people, that's all they need. But Big Levi, brother, they have melanin and they are one of us. No, they aren't. The one that have the blood, the pure blood, will pass the test, and you people aren't. That's why you have the thing in the back right there. If this makes sense to you, if the analogy makes sense to you, okay. Let me see the thing movie poster right here. Let's go ahead and take it. I mean, that's what it looked like to me. Okay, I can't zoom in this thing, but it looked like you see the light there, and then the hand, the thing right here, and then you watch this. It look like the head right here and the hand. But anyway, so you people are not real. You do not possess the real blood. You guys are tainted. You made a deal now. You can't come out. You already turned into something else. You are the thing, the shaft, the tear.
I know you guys are so tired. You had a heart attack on stage and still asked for the microphone so that they would be okay over you. I know what this cost.
This is all fake. This is all you people. You people are on your not last leg. You people are not in a leg. You on the ground. This is all to show for show. That's it. You guys are done. You guys are gone.
We will see fruit unlike anything we have ever seen before. So thank you.
In nearly 30 years at the helm, Jakes has presided over services that reached tens of thousands in person and online. He served as an advisor to multiple presidents and was a featured speaker at the inauguration of President Barack Obama.
So those are the dudes that sold our people to the so-called the president
and online. Like he served as an advisor to multiple.
Okay, those are the dudes that give the plan. They are the so-called the Balaam. Okay, the Balaam of the Bible that told our secrets, that told this. And I wouldn't be surprised that T.D. Jakes was a authentic, genuine one of us. He sold us out. But again, this is not my place. I let the Holy One George, and you guys enjoy the blessing. You signed this contract. You made your choice. Everything is about choice. This was your choice. You guys choose to do this. You could choose to help our people, but you choose to damage them and destroy them. Okay, you there with Bill Clinton and give them advices, and go to the black church and tell them to vote, and they vote.
Presidents, okay? And was a featured
with George W. Bush, you tell them to vote, they vote. Okay.
Speaker at the inauguration of President Barack Obama.
Okay, and Obama and all that. That's what you guys did. All right. You guys could have helped our people. You could have said something, but you didn't. You take everything with you. You enjoy the blessing. Now the thing is being found. You guys are not one of us. You are not part of us. You're done. Get out of our land. And if you don't get out, and this is what's gonna happen to you over there and Palestine, then Israel over there. Okay. Now people, mute this. Okay. Those are the people stuck in the highway. Why they didn't pray their God? Why didn't they call the rabbi to put this fire out with a simple magic trick or whatever that they are using over there? Because they can't find this fire, because the fire is supernatural. The fires come from the heaven. The fires come from the sun. You cannot fight this. There's nothing you can do that can literally change that. Excuse me. Okay, so you see, recently you've been seeing a lot of fire. There was a fire over there in the UK at the airport that shut down the airport, And then look at this nonsense. This is your technology. A helicopter with a bucket of water stuck under it, and then you drop some water, and then it evaporated before you reach whatever that was. Okay, so again, the fire over there, and that place in the UK shut down the airport, and a bunch of stuff happened, and there's nothing you guys can do about it. The fire in New Jersey, they say the fire was caused by a teenager, I believe, and things like that. Okay, there is a video out there where the soldiers trying to close the door, and there you go. That's the video that I was looking for. All right, there is this video right here when he tried to fight the fire, and there is a sandstorm at the same time. Okay, all right. Okay, there's music into this thing. Okay, they try to close the door. There's a sandstorm with the fire. Okay, they're trying to close this thing. You guys should have been able to shoot it. You could shoot the sandstorm, the wind and stuff, but you can't, because you are fighting a power that is beyond anything you could possibly imagine. And you folks are being swept off the land everywhere worldwide. And we already told you this isn't going to stop. It's only going to happen more and more, because this is the second plague of the apocalypse of Abraham, fiery conflagration of the cities. When we started back in 2020, 2021, we were telling people, yay, this thing ain't gonna stop. It's going to amplify worldwide. And people are like, man, this is California. It's like that happen in California every day. You ain't gonna go nowhere. And plus, again, it's not even happening in the cities of California. It's happening in the woods, and the wilderness, and the forest, and the jungle, and this, and then the cities. Okay, well, now Palisades is gone. Okay, now you can see Jerusalem is being burned down. Of course, they will never report how much damage this thing done. Okay, they will never report it. They will just leave it like this, and and the people, all those cars, did they survive? Okay, you mean to tell me those people had the time to stop this? We already told you. This summer, you will see Europe, Portugal, Spain, Turkey, France, and Germany, and all those places, Switzerland, place that never used to have wildfire, they'll burn down. They'll burn down. Have you all wondering why that there's a blackout in Spain? Well, the so-called the Spaniard came here in 1492. Spain was the spearheaded of this. That's why you see this flood in Valencia, Spain, a few months ago. Okay, the flood in Valencia. Okay, flood, not Florida. Okay, this is what happened to Valencia. Okay, this is Spain. All right, this is not being done by the elites. This is not being done by Turkey or Morocco, cloud seeding, and they die. Oh, 51 people die. Yo, one guy on TikTok told you straight up, there's a parking lot where those people were driving away. They entered the parking lot so they could, save their car, whatever. And they had hundreds of people down there, all of them drowned to death. Or at least 51 people died and stuff like that. This is what happened. Okay, that happened in 6 months ago. Let me see. In October 2024, like October, November. Okay, this place is destroyed. All right, and then now you got the blackout going in France and Spain. Why France and Spain? Because you guys were the spearhead that came in the island 1492, to destroy all people, and then you moved to the total island, the bigger one, and you did all those things. So that's why all those stuff are happening to you, and you won't be able to stop this. It's only going to get worse. Be at peace. There'll be no Jacob's trouble, because what you are seeing here, okay, with Ish, does this look like Jacob's trouble? Okay, this soldier trying to close the door. You can't fight the Holy One. Is that Jacob's trouble? There's no such thing. All of us gonna go through Jacob's trouble, or we have to go through these things and things like that. No, we don't. It has nothing to do with us. We already paid for our sin. Okay. All right. Let me see if we can. This one. Okay, that's the one.
Israel wildfires raging on the outskirts of Jerusalem have injured more than a dozen people.
You know what? Let's play this one. Although it has songs, but let you guys watch this. Okay.
זה פשוט שילוב של חורף מאוד יבש, של מזג אוויר חם ויבש, הקרקע יבשה, הרבה מאוד הסביעה, ומשטר רוחות מאוד חריף, זאת אומרת רוחות מאוד מאוד חזקות, ובעיקר רוחות שמשנות את הכיוון שלהם תוך כדי מהלך השריפה. אז גם כשאנחנו מכבים אזור אחד כתוצאה ממשטר רוחות שמתחלף, אז אנחנו מוצאים את עצמנו בזירות משתנות.
Excuse me. Again, you see all those things are burning down. That fellow, Sir Perry Stone, loved going over there in Israel, talking about Jerusalem and all that. Everything that he made is based over there because that was his job, to swindle other people and telling them that, hey, those folks over there are the real people. But you don't see anything about him talking about this fire and telling the people, hey, this is God's judgment, and there's nothing we can do about it. And we're being forced off the land, and you guys all of you going to perish. Okay, there will be not one of you left.
Forced the evacuation of several communities and led to the closure of a major highway. Fire and rescue services have mobilized dozens of teams, aircraft, and helicopters to try to contain this fire. Israel's prime minister says Italy and Croatia are expected to send 3 firefighting planes. The country's foreign ministry has also appealed to Greece, Cyprus, and Bulgaria for assistance. The fire broke out on Israel's Memorial Day for fallen soldiers and led to the cancellation of many Independence Day celebrations in the area.
Yeah, because everything that you guys talking about Independence Day, those are fake. Those are fake things, you know. And you folks are what is it with God's children keep asking for help? You never call upon your God. You never call upon your angels. You always call upon your big brother or the United States people to come to help you. Why is it that you folks never... Is that thing recording? Because I'm hearing... Is it recording? Yeah, but yes, it is. So why is it that you folks never take care of your own issue? You guys always go after our people, or black people always asking for help. You know, why can't you take care of things? But a little fire like that happened, you guys are asking help for all over. Something happened, you're receiving help all over. You guys are the welfare queen. That's why you guys are the welfare queen and kings of these things. And the moment our people ask for a little help or things that is owed to them, you guys were the first that go out there, stop asking for help, do for self. Do for this. Yet you people can't fight these things. Yes. There you go. All right, there you go. So, and you got the Palisade fire in Los Angeles.
People living near the Palisades fire zone may feel a little unsettled tonight.
That was 1 day ago, okay? That was a day ago. April the 30th. Today is the second. May the second. So second. So it was like 2-3 days ago. Let's listen what they have to say concerning Palisades.
And federal investigators will be doing what they're calling controlled fire testing as they look for the cause of the Palisades fire. Only on KCAL, they're telling our Jasmine Veal exactly what we can expect.
Agents with the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives unloading equipment near the Skull Rock Trailhead in Topanga State Park. They are preparing to conduct a controlled fire test for several hours Tuesday night as part of their investigation into the origin and cause of the deadly and destructive Palisades fire.
All we're doing tonight is we're applying some testing to some of our hypotheses.
ATF Special Agent and Certified Fire Investigator Matt Beals explains how they will ignite the fire in this metal bin with flames no larger than 15 feet at times.
So the testing is going to involve a propane burner and propane gas. There's not going to be any solid fuels that are ignited. There's not going to be any sort of like controlled burn or anything along those lines. It's simply a steel propane burner. It's a little bit bigger than your backyard barbecue grill.
He says this fire will help them narrow down their investigation to an origin of the fire and eliminate potential causes.
Flame location, flame size is helpful to kind of, if you will, like replaying a movie in reverse, where you're trying to bring it back to its smallest.
Well, those people on edge over there because this is PTSD, man. I don't want you guys to come on and fucking investigating things. I just lost my house. And then I almost lost my home. I don't want you guys to do this. But anyway, people pretend like Palisade, all those millionaires, billionaires, celebrities that get their home burned down, it's just like it was an accident. No, it was a targeted attack by the angels, by our power, by the sun, by our prayers and fasting. Okay, so that's what that is. All right. So anyway, let's keep on moving. Okay, but then again, why is this happening? It's happening because of Genesis 15 verse 13. And he said unto Abram, know of a surety that thy seed shall be a stranger in a land that is not theirs, and shall serve them, and they shall afflict them 400 years. Yes, indeed. 1619, 2019. 400 years is over. That's why in 2020, the moment 2020 hits, everything turns upside down. It wasn't your elite try to run a test to see how you're going to act and try to do this. Is a bunch of garbage. It wasn't the elite trying to go out there and saying, oh, well, we're going to do this to scare you because we're going to bring a new world order. It wasn't the elite doing this. This fire you see happen in Palisade, it wasn't the elite trying to build a smart city. If they wanted to build a so-called smart city, they would have come in the hood and burn it down and push our people out and build whatever smart city they want to build. They would have go to Kempton, Inglewood, or wherever our people are in mass. They'll burn it down. No, this is the power of the Holy One. Why? Because it says right here in Genesis 15 verse 14. And also that nation whom they shall serve will I judge. This is a judgment. The great I am is judging you. That's why you see this, the 10 plagues of the apocalypse of Abraham. Okay, plague number 2, fiery conflagration of the cities. Okay, destruction by pestilence 2. 3, the 4, famine of the world, 83's world. 5, destruction by earthquakes and the swords. There is a recent earthquake that they had over there, and what they call this place again? Argentina, and we'll tell you why this thing happened over here. In the meantime, let's put Google Earth here so we won't forget. Google Earth. Oops. Usually this thing it won't pop up. I'm not quite sure why. It will give me a lot of project things, but yeah, there you go. That's what it does. And everything is so small, I can't see anything in here. Explore? Is that what that is? Can't see anything. There we go. Oops. Uh-oh. Alright, let's leave it like this, and once we get there. Oops. There we go. Okay, so your so-called elites are not in control. They never were. It was a blessing. They were acting all tough, almighty. It was all based on lie. Your house is built with water, blood for water, and meat for mortar. Your house that your ancestors told you that they built for you is built with blood, murdering, rape, and rob, and all the negative things that they had done, all the atrocity and all the stuff they done to our people. That's how you gain this blessing. Now things are switching. Things has been switched. Now you're on the other side. That's why you feel those fear in your midst. That's why you see your people and your economy, everything is unstable because the time is up. All right. And this thing is not going to slow down. All right. So for those of you that wish to study with us, for those of you that wish to be enlightened and do your own research and find out who's your guardian angels, because those things are being done by the angels. Okay, what's your color? What's your perfume? What's your cologne? What's your metal? What's your flower? What's your plant? What's your this? What's your that? You need to know those things. Get the book.
The 8K family.
Have you ever felt a deep yearning for spiritual growth but didn't know where to start? What if I told you there's a guide that can lead you through every step? Introducing the 8K Family Handbook. This comprehensive guide is your ultimate companion for spiritual empowerment, offering invaluable insights and practical steps to enhance your spiritual journey. What's inside? Perform spiritual background checks. Learn how to assess spiritual energies and protect yourself from negative influences. Connect with your guardian angel. Discover methods to establish a strong, supportive relationship with your guardian angel for guidance and protection. Develop your magical abilities. Unleash your innate magical potential with step-by-step instructions and exercises tailored for all levels. Whether you're a novice or a seasoned practitioner, the 8K Family Handbook provides the tools and knowledge you need to elevate your spiritual practice. Begin your journey to empowerment and enlightenment today. Available now on Amazon.com.
Indeed, you can get the book. There is a link in the description on every of our videos. Let's keep on moving. This is China, okay? Again, this is like 11 hours ago. I really don't want to talk about China, and I stopped talking about China in 2021 or 2022 because I noticed something that my mental health is more important to me than trying to figure out why those people are doing these things. China supposedly had 1.4 billion people when this thing happened in 2020, when the whole world shut down. China right now, they say, doing their research, 400 million people tops. That's like that's being generous. 400 million. Over a billion people, that is, if they ever had a 1.4 billion. Over 1 billion people perish. Okay? They perish doing this thing. All right? So, and China is still catching hell and nobody's saying anything. And watch this. Okay? Record-breaking windstorm. And it's pretty much non-stop. All those things are not being done well. The Chinese are controlling the weather, so they find a technology they can control the weather. They are destroying their own people. Well, the United States government is doing this to the people, so they find a way to control the weather. They're burning down New Jersey. They are burning down Israel. They are burning down Palisades where the rich people are staying at. Notice that all those ravaging going around is happening to the so-called rich folks in rich areas. That's what's going on. And then you have people online trying to tell our people, well, we need to prepare family. Something bad's gonna happen to the so-called black people and stuff like that. Something bad always been happening to our folks. Okay? Always. All right? Now, this is the video that I was trying to talk concerning the earthquake. Okay? Plague, which is plague number 5 and 9. 5 and 10, thunder voices and destroying earthquake. Okay, this is the video from Dabu7. Came out
This is Dabu7.
Came out
this
5
morning
hours
we
ago.
have had a massive 7.
Okay, now listen to this. Listen well. For those of you that been with us, you've been studying, you know exactly what's going on because we'll show it to you. Let's go.
This is Dabu7. This morning, we have had a massive 7.5 earthquake strike near the Drake Passage. This is a series of quakes now, as you can see here in this image. The quake maps showing that this is an ongoing swarm around magnitudes 5, 6. And really, the only good thing about this is that there's no major cities directly around this region. You can see it's right off Cape Horn. That would be the closest and most direct place, that city right there, that would be affected by any tsunamis or would have felt this quake activity. But we've been seeing a lot around the globe. We've just seen big activity within the past couple days in New Zealand. We've also seen some minor activity, but in odd locations across the U.S., like in Utah. The New Madrid has been hit. And we also have reports now of an underwater volcano that is ready to blow. They're saying that this thing is located off the Pacific Northwest. I've reported on this area before in the past, but they're saying that this year it's going to erupt. This is the axial seamount that sits a couple hundred miles off the coast of Oregon, off the west coast, and they really don't know what it's going to do. Just like most volcanoes, you just got to kind of wait for the eruption, see what it's like, what all happens, what comes from it.
Okay, so basically what he said here, there is a earthquake. Man, I don't know why this thing is doing this. Oh, and then it's so fast. I can't. It's so fast. I'm trying to. There's nowhere to type. Okay, we try to go to the Drake's Passage right here. Okay, this is the Drake's. This is Drake's Passage right here. Okay, we are familiar with the Leviathan. Okay, that is over there. Okay, we made it very clear that this look like a giant snake. All right, that is enveloping the Antarctica. Okay, the tail, enveloping Antarctica, protecting it. All right, so, oh boy. Again, as you can see, this is the the eye and stuff, the snout, look like a giant python. Let's see. Okay, in the meantime, this is loading. Okay, this is this beast or whatever this thing is over there is waking up underwater. Okay, this is this thing moving. All right, that's why they have those earthquakes and then the chasm or opening, and then this underwater volcano is doing this. This is this beast thing that you can clearly see here. Okay, this giant freaking snake, and people are saying, "Oh, well, that's like formation on this." Yeah, whatever. Giant python head. There you go. There you go. Okay. Would be good if we see a python head from above. Okay, but which it's something like that would be good. Okay, look like a python. Okay, look like a python wrapping around, protecting its egg. Okay. Python protecting its egg. There we go. Yeah, something like this. All right. Antarctica look like the egg. Well, the eggs, and the python is protecting it. It's guarding it, and then there's nothing you can do if you try to get. There you go. This one is better. Okay, it wrap around it. Okay, this is Antarctica like an egg, and you can see the python, so to speak, wrap around it and protecting it. And this thing, the earthquake happened in this area right here, near the Drake's Passage. This thing is moving its head. I don't know where it's gonna go and what it's going to do, but it's moving. That's what's going on. All right.
Can it trigger other things? Possibly. But there's a lot of activity going on right now, and with big quakes popping off and with underwater volcanoes expected to blow, I just wanted to put the heads up out there and let folks know, Pacific Northwest, be on the watch out for any activity, increased earthquake activity, or this eruption. Join me for the live streams, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern, where I'm breaking.
Okay, so they are anticipating an eruption, which most likely not going to happen. Whatever those people are anticipating won't happen. It's something that caught them off guard. Caught them by surprise, off guard and by surprise. So again, this is this thing. There are plenty other stuff you can see here, but nonetheless, this is exactly what's going on here. Okay, this is what's happening over there. All right. Man, I don't know why this thing is moving so fast. I can't even. The moment you put this thing right here, it's just look at this. This is so fast. This is so annoying. Why? Just trying to show where Christopher Colombo. Damn it! It's too fast. This is more Nicola. This is where you guys landed. Okay. And this is some of the tree of life. I can't even. Oh boy, this is going so fast. I'm trying to. There we go. It won't move. Okay, right here. Oh. Anyway, so. Is that right here? The flower of life. There we go. See, this is ancient civilization technologies that are right here. All these things that you see, those lines, barely can show it. You see those lines, a little bit. You see how these little chips around here. Okay. There's a photo in my old computer. We explain it where there's an ancient civilization, a flower civilization that is buried there, and all those things that you're seeing, they are not naturally made. All those lines, they are not naturally made. Okay, this straight line that you're seeing right here, those are those people coming over there in the Holy Land try to mine it. This was an ancient, well, not ancient, a recent mining where they were trying to come in the bay and steal the technology, which they can't get it. It take them a while, but they find out like, okay, we cannot get that thing because it is ungettable. Okay, so this thing going too fast, too far. Okay, all this, there are ancient civilization, ancient Atlantean port that used to be here, and over there in Haiti, and the islands and stuff like that, and Tortuga Island, which where the Atlantean temple is. Okay, this used to be a volcano, I believe, or there is a pyramid there, giant pyramid. They all call. I think this is the pyramid right there. Okay, yep, that's the pyramid. Okay, that's the pyramids. This is a giant pyramid, but they cover with vegetable and stuff like that. You can see the side, the steps of this pyramid right here. This thing is moving too. Okay, you see how the mountain don't look like this, like cones, like straight up cones. This is a pyramid, giant freaking pyramid on the island. All right, and things happen over here, but we really do not have the time to go into it. Okay, to talking about the island Lago Nav. Okay, the many pyramids and hidden cities and hidden stuff that are there, and of course, in Port-au-Prince, what you're seeing here, they call Port-au-Prince. This is a surface. Underneath it, there is another hidden city, Crystal City, super advanced Wakanda city, so to speak. So only time will reveal. Let's keep on moving. All right. So yeah, the Leviathan is moving. Let's keep on moving.
This is Dapu 7.
Watch that.
The unrelenting severe weather.
Okay, you know what? Let's play the 7.4 earthquake, though. Okay.
712, a huge earthquake just hit off the coast of Argentina.
So again, it right there. You can see the head of the Leviathan right here. Okay, the head of this thing. It's moving. It's right here. We talk about this, beloved. For those of you who know, we've been talking about it. We told you those things are moving. Fear none. Fear nothing, because all those things are working on our favor. They are removing the imposters, the invaders from our land. They will act like, oh, we all in trouble. No, we are not. You are in trouble. Okay, that's what that is. Let's keep on moving.
It was a magnitude 7.4 quake. It hit in the Drake Passage, an area considered the most dangerous areas for ships to sail through. Now, the coast of Chile is at risk of dangerous tsunami waves. Evacuation orders are in place for that very remote area. We'll keep watching Chile and Argentina for the latest on what happened after the magnitude 7.4 earthquake and bring it to you here on Mornings on 2. Meantime, here are some of the other stories we're following this morning. A tax loophole that would have saved shoppers money is now closed. That loophole left companies shipping goods less than $800 to come into the U.S. without tariffs. But beginning at midnight, that loophole was closed. That could cause direct price hikes for goods on websites like Temu and Shein. As shoppers, you may see those price hikes as soon as today. And a shakeup is underway within the Trump administration and U.S. intelligence. Michael Waltz has been fired as the national security advisor and instead has been named the president's nominee to be the new ambassador to the United Nations. The critics say that Waltz is being relieved of his duty because of the Signal Group chat scandal, the one that alerted a journalist about an impending attack on Houthi rebels in Yemen.
During May's AAPI Heritage Month, researchers are noting that Asian women...
Okay, boy, this thing was supposed to be about an earthquake, but it just turned out some kind of issue with those people. But nonetheless, the fires, the earthquake, the sorrow, the blessing is over. That's all that thing means.
Other millions from Texas to New York are on alert. Ginger's here with the latest, including the deadly flash flooding in Oklahoma. Good morning, Ginger.
Hey, after the wettest April on record, more than a foot of rain for so many people and several people that have died or at least had to be rescued this week. That's the last thing you want to see is more rain moving across Oklahoma, like Lawton, I-35 there, I-40. There are even flash flood warnings as we speak. That's the type that they say don't drive if you don't have to. Anywhere from there south of Norman, Ardmore included, and this is ahead of more severe storms today.
A tornado ripping through Texas Hill Country.
That's a tornado.
Almost all the way to the ground, though.
At least one person injured and 5 homes damaged in Burnett. In Lawton, Oklahoma, first responders using a raft boat to pull a couple out of their pickup after they drove into floodwaters and stalled out.
Again, you are seeing this. This is not from 2 years ago. This is 9 hours ago. Okay, May 2nd, 9 hours ago. Okay, this thing came out. This isn't something that today is May 2nd. This isn't something that I come out a couple of months and stuff like that. And it is non-stop. And as you see, there are specific communities that are being targeted. This isn't the government. This is our power. This isn't the elite. This is the angels. To our people, fear not. This isn't Jacob's trouble. There'll be no Jacob's trouble. Be at peace. Just guard your peace. Keep calm. And you'll see how the Holy One is handling business. People are dying. People are not at peace. They cannot do anything in their home.
2 people died Wednesday when flash flooding swept them away in their vehicles. After the wettest April on record, Highway Patrol using airboats to navigate streets and check on people. South of Oklahoma City, in Blanchard, catastrophic damage, a community cut in 2. Our Maria Villarreal was there.
It's been raining here for days. The ground is soaked, and it actually gave way right here on this county road. You can see a 30-foot drop down, and actually families are on the other side, 10 of them stranded.
How do you get a road to collapse like that? You have 300% normal precipitation for the month of April. You see it from Oklahoma City down to Wichita Falls. Unfortunately, today, they still find themselves with that rain this morning, but then the elevated risk of flash flooding moves on. San Antonio, Shreveport, Louisiana, Jackson, Mississippi, up to Jackson, Tennessee, almost to Nashville there. Memphis is included. That's also where you're going to find damaging wind, primarily. You could see a tornado spin up in here, but from San Antonio right up through Memphis.
So look at this. How the weather just caught off this, just right on top of this thing, what they're calling, you're calling this place Tornado Alley? Is that what that is? All right, I'm not trying to play a beat here, but just try to. I don't think it will play, but you see this place, like how this entire. It seems like something is cutting like a saw, like a seesaw. Is that what that is? Or circular saw? Seesaw. No, that's the seesaw. Well, it looked like a seesaw. Okay, well, cutting saw. Okay, well, yes, more like this one. Handsaw. The handsaw is much more. It's like it felt like a handsaw is cutting off this area, but to separate, or a giant river going to cover all this land over here. I don't know what the hell is going on. And then you can see the name here: Columbus, Louisville, Nashville, Memphis, Birmingham, Jackson, New Orleans, Lufkin, Dallas, Killeen, San Antonio, and Corpus Christi. Corpus Christi has been in the news for a while now, okay? Large damaging wind, large hail. Why? Well, we get a plague number 6 right here. Increase of hail and snow. Okay, you cannot escape this. No matter what you do, it won't work. Let's keep on moving. You know, and those people are losing their freaking mind. And there's this lady, she run her car into those. Hey, there we go.
Multiple casualties, Chatham. I need EMS 1018. We're probably going to need additional from Springfield.
This morning, a tight-knit community rocked by tragedy after a car drove through a daycare, leaving at least 4 people dead.
Seeing as many ambulances as you can get out here.
The victims, girls ranging in age from 4 to 18.
There are no words. It was a horrible travesty today, and our
4 to
community
18
is hurting badly.
Police say the suspect drove a vehicle through the Why Not After School camp in Chatham, Illinois, Monday afternoon.
Kill some kids. Those are kids.
Oh, no.
Witnesses looking on in horror, the carnage laid bare. According to authorities, 1 person was killed inside the building before the vehicle crashed through the other side, killing 3 more people. Several others were taken to local hospitals. 1 was medevaced. The driver was not injured. Governor J.B. Pritzker saying in a statement, our community lost a group of bright and innocent young people with their whole lives ahead of them.
So what seems to be the issue? What is the problem? This woman was driving, okay, and then she entered preschool or school after camp, I believe, some kind of high school, some kind of camp things over there, and then kill a bunch of kids. To her, she was driving on the road. That's what it was. But then again, this happened.
Parents said goodbye to their kids this morning, not knowing it would be the last time.
And authorities say that driver is being evaluated and they're awaiting results of toxicology reports. But at this point, they say they do not believe this was a targeted attack. Alex Perez, ABC News, Chatham, Illinois.
And they never explained to you, how did she get in there? What happened here? You guys never explained. Was she drunk? She run. You know what? How fast she was going to do something like that, but you guys never explained it. So hey, that's what you wanna do.
Now, the U.S. Navy lost an FA-18 Super Hornet jet after it fell overboard from the USS Harry S. Truman aircraft carrier.
And this is a very concerning development, at least for the U.S. According to the U.S. Navy, the fighter jet was lost while it was being towed on board. While no personnel were lost, one sailor sustained minor injuries. Initial reports indicate that the aircraft carrier made a hard turn to evade Houthi fire, which contributed to the fighter jet falling overboard. Now, earlier, the Houthis had claimed to have launched a missile and a drone strike on the Harry S. Truman aircraft carrier stationed in the Red Sea.
And this is what you guys do. It's nothing but war and rumors of war. You guys never came in with healing, never explanation. And the people love you for that. They love that you go around, you shoot, you bomb people, you do all these type of things. And when it comes to a wildfire, for you guys to protect yourself, you can't do anything. When it comes to a flood that are killing people, look at what happened to Asheville. And Asheville being cut off. The people in Asheville being abandoned because they're supposed to. And you guys cannot send your military over there to save them. Remember what your military did to Asheville? Nothing. You send them over there, they did absolutely nothing. A bunch of people died. Till this day, no one know what really went down there in Asheville. You just don't tell them anything. And all those blessings that you had, you had the power to heal the world and make this place a paradise. You have the technology. You have the knowledge to do this. But you choose to make it a dump. Why? Because it doesn't belong to you, because you do not got next. Okay? You know that whoever's gonna be in charge for the next age, you're gonna F up as much as you can to leave a mess for them, which you ain't. Because all these things, this mess that you made, you're gonna have to clean them off. This is a $60 million fighter jet, beloved. $60 million. Right down the tube. And people are saying like, okay, well, what are the chances of retrieving this thing from the bottom of the ocean? Listen, the ocean is extremely dangerous. Water is extremely dangerous. Water in its true form is more dangerous than fire. While you could retrieve something out of a burning building, out of a fire, but once that something sink in the bottom of the ocean, you can't retrieve it because of the pressure. This jet is already, whatever that place it reached, it's already turned into like it crush. The deeper you go into the water, the more pressure it is. Okay? By the time this thing, somebody you try to retrieve this thing, once you reach it, you will feel like a car weight in every inches of your body. Felt like there's somebody put a car weight over there. Okay, just like someone parking a car, like 10 cars in your hand. That's the weight of the water crushing you. $60 million down the tube. Of course, $60 million. That's like those people lost 60 pennies, or they lost a quarter. They lost like a dime or a nickel. You know, the nickel. That's them lost a nickel. That's it. But get ready, you guys gonna lose a hell of a lot more. Okay, let's keep on moving.
However, the U.S. Navy emphasized that the carrier and its air wing remain fully mission capable.
Meanwhile, the United Nations has expressed deep alarm at the news of U.S. strikes at a migrant detention center in the Houthi stronghold of Sada.
Okay, well, whatever. So, again, a bunch of those things, we don't know if they are real. We don't know if they are really happening. We really don't care. Okay, how long we are into this thing? Well, all right, then. We got another 14-15 minutes to go. Let's see, what do we have here? Okay, this is Sir Trump. Okay, Trump slept at Pope Francis' funeral. Okay, the Pope went straight to hell. That's why it's burning down Jerusalem, because the Pope, he ain't gonna go by itself. The Pope just tell you straight up, I ain't gonna come. I'm taking all y'all niggas with me. You know, you guys signed on this Haitian, took the bag. You gonna go with me. I ain't gonna go by myself. That's why Jerusalem over there is burning. Okay, so this is Trump at Pope Francis' funeral. This is the world leaders. I mean, look at those people. Was he a pallbearer? It seems like Trump is a pallbearer. What is that? I don't know what the hell is going on. Wow, is that Melanie? What the hell happened to her? Good Lord. Trump's wife. Is that her or her mother? Okay, well, Trump's wife at the funeral. Good Lord. Look at her face. First Lady, what's her name again? Trump's wife. Let me see. Melania. Melania. It's just, you know, first ladies usually have some style or something always attributed to them. All right, Nancy Reagan, you had just say no, because you know when somebody offer you drug, just say no. Okay, Nancy Reagan. Okay, she had this thing going on, though she knew, you know, there was a war upon our people, but she had something going on. You know, just say no. She was this campaign going on and things like that. And Kennedy's wife had something going on. Michelle Obama had this thing for weight loss for children. And all the presidents, their wives were out there doing something. They weren't just sitting home and doing nothing or things like that. But with Melania, yeah. Hang on, let me see what's going on here. What is the president's wife, Melania, is doing? Okay. Okay, what First Lady Melania Trump. In addition to philanthropic work and modeling and fashion career, well, modeling, people won't say that she made a softcore porn, a lesbian softcore porn. You know, the video before all that, the video, it's still out there. The videos and the photos were out there. You know, she did this. You know, she's not a businesswoman. It's just, yeah, in that sense, yes, she's a businesswoman. But you people try to make this woman look like some kind of business acumen. She's just so smart and doing business. Look at those fake keys. Look at those are your leaders, folks. You know, Melania did some modeling, and she did some stuff on camera, which is no judgment there. You know, hey, a woman had to do what she has to do to live, man. You don't know what kind of situation she was in, and you know, Sir Trump pulled her out of it. But I'm assuming she pulled Trump out of a situation first, then Trump pulled her out. You know, and you got all this. Look at her face. Like, what happened to her? What the hell Trump been doing to this woman? You people, she looked defeated. Like, anyway, let's keep on moving. Okay, this is all 83. And then again, beloved, you look at those people. You don't see any. Of course, this is a funeral, but you don't see any joy, any life in them. It's just like every one of those people just, hey, look at, is that the casket? They put let me see. Pope Francis casket. This is just a plain wood thing. Is this how you people treat your Pope? This is just a wooden thing. What is that? This is just some plywood somebody just put together. Yeah, it looked like this. Pope Francis rejects traditions of a humble wooden casket. No, don't be telling me this traditional who wouldn't. This look like something you guys just like quick go to Home Depot, get some of the plywood, get some of the things over there, and you guys put it together, and then you're like, here you go, and here you go, spit on it, and then buffer this thing out, and then that's it. Is that what that is? Humble tradition? That ain't no tradition, man. What a shame. I never watched this thing. I never watched the funeral. I didn't watch it because I really, frankly, my dear, I really don't give a damn what those people are trying to do out there. I'm tired of you people. Gone already. Just like your Pope. But damn, like what a shame here. And there is those people make it seems like there were that many people over there. There weren't. Okay, there weren't. Oh boy. And then what else? What else are people going to do? You're gonna put another Pope? Is that what that is? You're going to put another Pope there? Okay, this is Trump, and this is the leader of the world. There with the priesthood of Mahan. And those people look defeated, man. They like, yo, and then Trump fall asleep. Trump fall asleep. Like, yo, Trump, what is Trump next? Is Trump is ready to take that dirt nap? And people were like, well, he was praying. Praying? Is that what that is? Yeah, he was praying. He closed his eyes, he was praying. He was praying like for like an hour and a half or what? Sleepy Joe 2.0. Okay. He just went over there and he just fall asleep. Like, what a shame. This is your world leaders. Anyway, man, I don't want to beat a dead horse. It's just like tired of kicking this dead horse. Let's keep on moving.
Welcome back to Live Now from Fox as we continue to follow this breaking news story and major developments. The Associated Press here is saying that a major power outage has been reported in Spain and Portugal, including their capitals. The countries have a combined population of over 50 million people. It is not immediately clear how many people are affected. We did have some video from earlier today in regards to that power outage. The latest here is the fact that the Spanish power distributor Red Eléctrica said that restoring power fully to the country and neighboring Portugal could take 6 to 8 hours. By mid.
Okay, let me try to explain to you what those people are trying to say here. Lately, Spain, Portugal, and France, specifically Spain, has been catching hell. Why? Because 1492. The reason why you see all those shenanigans going on in Spain because Queen Isabella, and then Christopher Columbus, all this thing that happened, you guys signed this deal, and it's time for you to pay. So what they are trying to say here, what trying to do is say, okay, this thing that happened, not only we caused this, but we have control over this. We will be able to restore the power like in 6 to whatever 12 hours, so to speak. But they never tell you what really caused this fire. The first thing they say, it was not CMEs, it was not the sun, it was not space weather, it was not none of those things, which people didn't even ask. People didn't even say, was it the weather? Was it the CMEs, the coronal mass ejection? No, they just say it's not the CME, it's not space weather, and then they come up with something they just cobble up together. Oh, it was Spain switched to green energy and something happened, stuff, and they never come back and say, well, during the blackout, a lot of those people die. People that were on life support and whatever they were, like in the hospital and things like that. Remember, this happened in Puerto Rico a few days before. Okay, blackout in Puerto Rico, and then it happened in Cuba. The entire island lost power. And what they keep saying, oh, that's the infrastructure's too old, and that is too old. Yeah, whatever, man. It is the power of the angels and the mist. Our prayers is working.
Mid-afternoon, voltage was progressively being restored in the north, south, and west of the peninsula, according to the company. The company also declined to speculate on the causes of the huge blackout. The Portuguese National Cybersecurity Center issued a statement saying there was no sign the outage was due to a cyber attack. Eduardo Prieto, head of the operations at Red Electrica, told journalists it was unprecedented.
This is not a cyber attack. They keep telling you what it is not. They never tell you what caused it, or they tell you what did not cause this. Okay? For instance, they find a dead body, or somebody well known is dead. And then people want to know, how did this person die? They keep telling you how he didn't die. Well, it wasn't drugs overdose. It wasn't suicide. It wasn't this, it wasn't that. But, well, then what was it? What killed this person? We are investigated. We will tell you. Till this day, they never did. Remember that Gene Hackman, okay? All right. Gene Hackman, death. Okay. They keep telling you. Is that? Yeah, I'm having some issue with my. Is that thing recording? Oh, we got about 4 minutes to go. Okay, Gene Hackman. He didn't die by suicide. He didn't die by this. He didn't die. But what killed him? We'll investigate it. And then they give you some weird. I don't know what the hell that was. Hang on. Let's see. What was that? Gene Hackman's wife Betsy Aka died from hantavirus. Like, what is hantavirus? Autopsy confirms cause of death of Gene Hackman's wife Betsy Arakawa. It sounds like Arawax, but Arakawa. An autopsy confirmed Gene from heart disease. Okay, Gene died from heart disease. His wife died from antivirus. Not quite sure what the antivirus does. Let's see. What does antivirus? No, that's not. What is hantavirus? Okay. Center of disease. Hantavirus are a family of viruses which can cause serious illness and death. These viruses cause diseases like pulmonary, whatever. I think it's caused by a rat, I believe. Is that what that is? Let's ask the friendly AI here. I'll trust the AI. She won't lie to us. Always listening. What is hantavirus?
Hantavirus is a type of virus that can cause severe respiratory illnesses in humans. It is primarily spread by rodents, particularly through their urine, droppings, and saliva. Humans can contract the virus by inhaling air contaminated with these particles. The most notable illness caused by hantavirus is hantavirus pulmonary syndrome, HPS, which can lead to severe respiratory distress and can be fatal. Early symptoms include fatigue, fever, and muscle aches, particularly in the thighs, hips, and back, followed by coughing and shortness of breath as the lungs fill with fluid. Preventing hantavirus infection involves minimizing contact with rodents and their habitats, sealing up potential rodent entry points in homes, and taking precautions when cleaning areas with signs of rodent activity. Would you like more information on symptoms or prevention measures?
No, thank you. That's all.
You're welcome. If you have any...
So, you mean to tell me Gene's wife or those millionaires, they had their house, they had a rodent problem, they had rats in there? What kind of living condition those people were living in there? Gene Hackman's house. A $4 million home like that has rats and probably the inside. Oh, look at the inside. I can't zoom in. Probably those people weren't leaving that they had $4 million. Look at the place. They probably had rats in there. Crazy. That's what happened.
Calling the event, quote, exceptional and extraordinary. The outage hit across Spain and Portugal, including their capitals, Madrid and Lisbon. Offices closed and traffic was stalled as traffic lights stopped working. It was not possible to make calls on some mobile phone networks, though some apps were working. In Barcelona, residents walked into stores searching for battery-powered radios, and civilians directed traffic at junctions along the Gran Via Avenue that cuts through the city. The countries have a combined population of over 50 million people. Now, it's not immediately clear how many were affected. It is rare to have such a widespread outage across the Iberian Peninsula. Taking a look here at a couple of posts on X as we get some reaction from several of these world leaders. The first one from Ursula von der Leyen saying, I spoke with the Spanish Prime Minister Sanchez about the power outage in the Iberian Peninsula. I reaffirmed the EU Commission's support in monitoring the situation with national and European authorities and our electricity coordination group. We will coordinate efforts and share information to help restore the electricity system and agreed to stay in close contact. And then moving on to this post from Antonio Costa, who is the president of the European Council. He too saying, I am in touch with Prime Minister Sanchez and the Prime Minister of Portugal, Luis Montenegro, about the widespread power outages in Spain and Portugal today.
Okay, Spain and Portugal. Blackout, rolling blackout keep happening, and then those people like, well, we don't know why. Are we under attack? Cyber is the Russian, is always the Russian. Is the Russian doing this to us? No. Well, the French doing this? No, they're actually going to the same thing that we are going through. But who's doing this? We don't know. Yes, you do.
Well, at least 25 people are dead and about 800 others are hurt after a massive explosion and fire rocked one of Iran's largest cargo ports. Thick black smoke could be seen billowing from the port. Officials say the explosion was linked to a shipment of a chemical ingredient used to make missile propellant. The incident happened at the same time that U.S. and Iranian officials were meeting in Oman for their third round of nuclear talks. Officials have not said if the explosion was the result of an attack.
Oh boy. You people, man, you people. Whatever that you want to do.
Francis has now been laid to rest in Rome's St. Mary Major Basilica earlier this morning. An estimated 250,000 people gathered at the Vatican for the Pope's funeral. President Trump joined dozens.
250,000, a religion of over 1 billion people. That's all you could gather over there. And this is Psalm 83 right here, you know, well represented. You know, you got like skinned folk over there, so-called Arab, Chinese, I'm assuming, Asian. And the Asian fellow here and all those people, they look defeated. Okay, they look defeated. And the reason, I'm not going to go ahead and do this. Let me go ahead and we already talked about this. Let's skip that. We'll go to Trump offering $5,000 for babies. There we go. There we go. So, okay, let's see what's going on.
Well, from financial bonuses to special.
We're gonna close with that.
5, a vacant home up in flames in Hollywood. It's been the source of frustration for neighbors for months now.
Okay, I think there you go. No, we watched this. Wildfire in New Jersey. Yes, 9 days ago. This is what happened in New Jersey.
Morning, and really tons of smoke.
First, we begin with that wildfire that exploded overnight in New Jersey. Here's a live look from our Philadelphia station WPVI's helicopter. Trevor Auld is on the scene in Ocean County, New Jersey. Good morning, Trevor.
Good morning, George. This really became a mess overnight. Thousands of people evacuated and some major highways shut down. Let's show you that look up above again from our station WPVI in Philadelphia. You can still see some active flames this morning and really tons of smoke. A lot of the visibility is really messy this morning. And this was originally thought, the Jones Road fire, to threaten just a dozen structures, and then it erupted to threatening well over 1,000.
Overnight, a raging wildfire tearing through New Jersey.
We're going to have 3 buildings or 4 buildings affected. Are we making a stand?
Thousands of residents forced to evacuate in the night.
I hope that I have a home to return back to.
The Jones Road fire quickly exploding in size, swallowing at least 8,500 acres, and it's only 10% contained. Firefighters battling the blaze, trying to save this building.
We're gonna lose this.
Flames closing in around them, threatening this industrial area. New Jersey Central Power and Light cutting electricity to 25,000 customers in an effort to protect firefighters. Parts of the Garden State Parkway shut down, smoke obscuring the roadway, and more than 1,300 buildings threatened, including a former nuclear plant.
Smoke and everything was right in my backyard. Everything was covered with black ashes.
New Jersey Forest Fire Service attacking the blaze from the ground and the air.
As the day progressed, it was kind of scary. Should you leave? Should you stay?
Michael Farah looking on in horror as smoke filled the sky, the flames closing in on his neighborhood.
First, of course, your safety, but what are you going to take with you? Birth certificates, passports. It's just a very eerie feeling.
And we did learn just moments ago that those evacuation orders have been lifted. That's positive news, but the power remains out. So a big problem this morning is a lot of intersections like this one don't have functioning traffic lights. You can see the cop cars that are monitoring this.
So you got all those wildfires, and they say a kid was 19 years old started, but then again, a great glory to the mighty one. Let's keep on moving and then close with the last one, which is the $5,000 for the babies. Let's listen to this.
Well, from financial bonuses to special medals, the Trump administration is trying to come up with ways to convince more women here in the United States to have babies.
The goal is to boost the country's birth rate after years of decline. ABC's Rhiannon Alley has more.
The Trump administration is considering ways to encourage more women.
There you go. So, to encourage more women, what they put here, a white woman, okay, try to put it like a, well, if you don't watch it, you will take, even if it's a light skin the woman and a black man, because they need the seed to proceed and do whatever that they want to do, because $5,000, it can't do anything. Well, not only that, remember when those people were bringing those migrants here just to try to outrun us from the land? It didn't work, and we told you they were bringing those people here because they tried to pat down their numbers. Well, now they are sending them back because those folks refused to do, well, could they not refuse? They couldn't do what they were brought here to do, to destroy our people one final time. Now they are calling our women, they are calling our men to do things for them. We don't have anything concerning like birth things. There's a lot of children in the midst of our people. That has nothing to do with us. But the thing is that what they are doing now, this is counterproductive. It won't work. The blessing, it is done. Okay, it won't work. Right?
To get married and have children, including a $5,000.
They could have used any other thing, but the first thing they do, black people, they put there.
The Trump administration is considering ways to encourage more women to get married and have children, including a $5,000 baby bonus.
Sounds like a good idea to me.
The money would be offered to every American mother after she gives birth, an incentive aimed at increasing the country's historically low birth rate, which has declined.
Historically low birth rate. This is the first time I heard about this from you guys. It is always from Sister Lisa that the sister been ringing the alarm for you people for decade, at least a decade or over 5. She started in 2015. Yes, a decade. She started in 2014. I believe late 2013. At least that's when I found her, in 2014. Okay, she's been on for 11 years now. She's been doing this thing for a decade for you people, but it is just now you guys are, oh, this thing will going on for like years and stuff. This is the first time I heard this from you people. You guys are always like, oh, we had the census came out in 2020. Wow, we are doing so well. We have so many children born and stuff like that. This thing is not only in the U.S., it's worldwide. And it ain't gonna work. $5,000, it won't work. No matter what you do, the blessing is gone. And that's why they're putting so many black folk here. Hey, black men, we need that seed of yours.
Since 2007, that year, approximately 4.3 million babies were born, compared to 3.6 million last year. Since taking office, the administration has made an effort to promote families.
So let me say very simply,
I want more babies in the United States of America.
Simone Collins is a pronatalist pushing for ways to make it easier for people to have kids.
As much as I personally love the idea of getting $5,000 for another kid, it's not going to move the needle, and it's certainly not going to be enough for parents to decide that they can have that next kid or their first.
Okay, this is the problem. Those people always make it seem that money is what's preventing them for it is always work, things are too expensive, as if we black folk, I'm referring to all people like that, as if we black people are the one who control the economy. Okay, we are the one who control the price of everything. We are the one that own pretty much everything, and we don't want to bring the price down to have a population. When our men were in slavery, you didn't have any problem make them breed, force the women and the men to breed. You had breeding farm. When our men and our people, our women, were watching their babies being used for alligator bait, and they refused to bring children into this world of slavery, you forced them to breed. Just like the South Korean president declared martial law for the people, it was forcing them to bake and breed. It wasn't money. When our people were doing Jim Crow and all this hard time, our people, it was like, yo, man, have kids, have more kids and stuff like that, which they did. They never did complain. Till this day, our people never complain. It was fine when they were telling you, well, things are too hard, things are too expensive. You guys have pull yourself by the bootstrap, have more kids, go to school, learn college or whatever, get a bachelor degree or whatever that is. Now suddenly $5,000 won't move the needle, which is when you look at it, which is a great. You could easily give $5 million per children, easy, but you choose to put $5,000 if you get pregnant. $5,000, like $5,000 is just a few weeks when it comes to kids. This thing is gone. $5,000 is gone. Baby wipes, diapers, and stuff like that, gone. Okay, that's an insult. And then again, we know you people are doing this thing because you're on your last leg. All right, beloved, we're going to stop. We're going to stop here today, and we just wanted to let the nation know that we just want to let the nation know that our Patreon, we're back studying the book, the 33 Strategies of War. Everything is doing well. You can sign up. There is a link in our Patreon and description of every one of our videos. However, as we have stated years ago, if you sign, please do. If you want access to our old studies, over 600 videos, you can gain to Neophyte. But right now, Neophyte, the last tier, won't be able to access our future lesson unless you upgrade to student and above. Things are getting serious. Things are getting hard, and you need to do the best that you can to study with us. Unfortunately, Patreon raised the fees on me, and I had to do this. And they've been doing this for the past 2 years. Okay, they've been telling me, hey, raise the price, raise the price. Everything is expensive. If you don't raise the price, you won't make any money, and then we're gonna have to raise your stuff, which they did now. Especially if you own an iPhone, or you get things from the iPhone store, they will add an additional $3 to $5 on your thing. So they raised the price. So unfortunately, no more Neophyte can access anything that we're going to do, except for non-lesson things or coded message and photos and things like that they will have. That is very unfortunate. Besides that, everything is doing well. Everything is doing good. You can get our book. You can get the album. You can support us anyway by praying and things like that. Now, final message. I probably was supposed to go live, but I didn't go live because of certain things. May 16th of this month, of this year, 2025, we are going to start the 40-day shadow fast. May 16th, from sunrise, we will begin the shadow fast. Which one of you are with us? Which one of you will participate with us. Okay, we will go live probably tomorrow and Sunday to explain, and you can download the rules and our Patreon. Go over there, search for it, download the rule. Excuse me. And let's get this thing done. I will leave you with peace. Whoops. All right. So it's 6 o'clock. All right then. I will leave you with peace. I will leave you with love. I say shalom.